Streaming University was over the weekend, and I was obviously tuned in all 4 days. I was actually having a blast watching them and stuff. My most favorite thing that I watched over everything that was happening in Stream University was this class that Agent was teaching, and he was teaching a class on like how to be a streamer, like 101. And it's like it's not like typical like advice. It was like actually some like really good gems that he taught during this class. So I thought like maybe we could react to this and kind of give my 2 cents on it.
What up, class? Ray, get off the board. I'm excited, bro. I'm really excited. I hope you guys take something away from this. So look, today's class is gonna be dope. I'm really excited because we learn so much creating content, and rarely do you get a chance to share it. We all have learned something from the videos that we've created. So I'm gonna share what I've learned. At any point, you guys can also try and share what you've learned. Take something away from what I'm about to say. There's gonna be some gems
notes, chat.
that's gonna help you elevate your content.
This is gonna be very
no matter what type of content
beneficial.
you do. Okay. I want to do some basics because there's gonna be some smaller streamers in here, but it's gonna be a lot of stuff that's not basic. If you guys have questions, feel free to ask. I'll call you when I have a chance. Depending on your budget, okay? I want to say you could stream with anything. You could do a desktop stream with a fucking laptop webcam. On God, it doesn't matter, bro. Many of the biggest streamers from like Aiden, Kai, they all use simple cameras. Just like it could be grainy shit, it doesn't matter. People do not value quality when it comes to, if you stream in 4K, you won't get a single additional viewer as a result. I really want to clarify that because some people feel like the tech is what holds them back. If you're at a $1,000 budget, the S25 Ultra is the best. I think it's a little more than 1,000, but for a $1,000 budget. For a 2.5, it's gonna be this Live View backpack. It molds together different connections so that you have a stronger overall connection. It's more expensive, but you can connect it to a bigger body camera. So the overall price is gonna be a little bit higher, but it's going to be worth it. Now, if you're a big streamer, there's no reason why you don't get this one. I don't know how new it is because we just got it 4 months ago, but it's cracked. Like, it's prioritized data. I don't lag. Basically,
30K is actually insane, bro. Like, you gotta be like a full-time, like, I'm talking like full-time, like dedicated IRL streamer to be using a TVU bag. 30K? That's a house, bro. That's crazy, bro. Oh my God, that's almost a house.
And it's so hard for me to lag. It's very hard, especially if you do a lot of IRLs. If you do desktop and gaming, obviously this stuff isn't required. He's right, y'all. I'm telling you, bro. I had a couple large streamers ask me yesterday whether 30,000 was a worthwhile purchase. It's your job, right? So like, we spend money on dumber things. Ray, for example, bought a Supra for $50,000. You get what I'm saying? So if you could buy a Supra for $50,000, you could buy this bag for $30,000. Feel me? I got an apartment for absolutely no reason, just to see if I'd like it. So keep that in mind. You spend money doing dumb shit. Why not spend money investing in your business, bro? I feel like we get stingy when it comes to shit like this, but then we spend bags on shit when it comes to luxurious stuff, Louis Vuitton, this, that, the third. This is what's important. Just remember that. All right, let's talk Twitch discovery. Who here streams on Twitch? Okay, we know Twitch has no discovery. It's unfortunate. It's really challenging to get new people to see your content. Unless they're browsing on the huge tab of thousands of other streamers in your category, and then why pick yours? You can't put a thumbnail up there. It's very hard to get noticed. So it truly is non-existent. The way people get discovered on Twitch is through other platforms. If you're big on YouTube, especially if you're big on TikTok. Do we have anyone whose primary platform is TikTok? This is your opportunity. TikTok is the best way for new people to see your face. You're going to want to transfer those people over to your stream. So followers per hour is the only kind of relevant metric I've seen on Twitch. So just remember, like, you want people to follow. It's not a pointless metric. It's not an empty number. It's the only kind of relevant metric. I don't know how true it is because obviously I'm not an engineer, but many people have said that's how you end up right over here. If Twitch noticed a lot of new people is following your channel, they're way more likely, even if you're not being followed, to put you on the list of people over here, which means there's a form of discovery, even though it's very challenging, that exists. I would say like collabing, meeting people and stuff like that is super, super essential. This is as good as it gets, unfortunately. Maybe that changes one day, not right now. YouTube discovery. This is where the opportunity lies, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be honest with you. This really, you could do 10 classes on this and not completely tell the whole story. So it's not, I'm gonna be summarizing a lot, but watch time is king. I'm gonna give you some examples. So 2 recent videos I uploaded to my channel, most expensive Pokemon card opening. This is what I would call a low appeal video, right? Even the
Wait, his Pokemon pack opening was a low appeal video? What? But people love Pokemon cards. I mean, heck, even I try to do it, bro. Look at my collection. Huh? I didn't succeed with it, but I mean, shoot, when I did the Pokemon pack opening and posted on YouTube, it actually did pretty well. I mean, I posted a freaking IG reel and it's like nearly at 80K, I think, on IG. So, but I mean, this could really depend on like the type of YouTuber you are, you know, the type of content you make. Maybe it was low appeal for Agent, you know, because I mean, knowing Agent, he was a guy that made videos on like he was an NBA 2K YouTuber back in the day.
thumbnail kind of insinuates that it's a reaction more than an actual opening. Like, people are getting a quick snapshot. You're one of 50 videos on a page. You're competing for everybody's attention. They could only click one video. This one didn't perform all that well. It did 57,000 views. This one, on the other hand, my reactions tend to do really well. Part of YouTube is understanding your audience. Something that does well for me might not do well for Ash. It might do differently for the next person. So you have to understand what your audience likes. If you're not going back to see what performed well, you actually don't care about growing. I'm being honest. I think understanding appeal is super important.
Thanks for stopping by.
This is gonna sound a little harsh, but I want you to take this in a positive way. People don't really care. Even the way you consume content, people don't really care. Getting people to care is challenging. Getting people to care about you is challenging. Getting people to care about your idea is challenging. You have to create appeal. Streamer University has been getting marketed for like 5 months. He's been talking about this for 5 months. He's been giving us updates for 5 months. He's been hyping it up for 5 months. So when Streamer University happens, extreme appeal. The actual execution of it increased the appeal even more, okay? In comparison to an idea that flops. Understanding your audience, putting yourself in the shoes of your audience is essential to getting a good idea of what's gonna work. It's easy to find a crossover between what you like and what your audience likes. So many times I see people, oh, I don't wanna do that. And what? Nigga, I was uploading my GM videos for 4 years. You think that's the only thing I wanted to do? But that's what my audience needed at the time. I was able to make a pivot, there's strategy to that, into more general genres until I got a chance to just be as variety as possible. All right, so I'm gonna show you guys some numbers just to give you an idea. This was my Pokemon pack opening. If you don't know, if you're not very familiar with these graphs, you don't care. And I don't mean that to be mean. I mean that to kind of be in your ass a little bit. You need to be very familiar with these graphs. You should see this and immediately know what it is. You should get that comfortable. After tonight, once you're done tomorrow, you should get in these graphs. YouTube is a good discovery tool. This audience retention is not good. Now, it's not good because it's 33% can mean anything, right? It depends on the length of the video. It depends on what channel it was uploaded to. It depends on the norms of that genre. There's a lot of variables. But for me and my channel, 33% is not good. Huge drop off. You can see like 30% of people left in the first 10 seconds of this. That means that the video is likely to perform bad because if people leave early, less watch time. Watch time is king. And then the other thumbnail you've seen, this was the reaction video. A lot lower lift. Keep in mind, the Pokemon video cost $1,000 to open the packs, right? This video was free. I was reacting to a license being interviewed by Brandon Buckingham. This video is there's always gonna be some drops, but you see how it holds? So the audience retention, a lot stronger, 43%, average view duration, 20 minutes on a, I think like 46-minute video. To me, that's a good audience retention. This was one of the higher performing reactions on my channel. And this is uploaded.
Damn, you got that. He had a 40-minute video and he was able to get an average 20 minutes. Average view duration 20 minutes. Damn. Usually when it comes to me making long form videos, I don't know, the last time I looked at my graphs, like I would post like a 15-minute video, but I only get like 2 minutes of like average view duration. Like shoot. That really that really blows. I mean, I don't want to have to compare numbers, you know, with a big YouTuber and stuff, but like that can really show like what needs to be fixed and what needs to be, you know, modified. But yeah, that is true. The watch time is definitely king. That makes a point. It makes people wanting to stay and watch, and then it just increases viewership, and not even just viewership, but the people that watch a good amount of your videos are definitely going to come back to watch more, you know. So that's something.
I see another hand. What's that?
If you make one type of content and you
Hello,
want to branch out
CJs.
and feed your community
Hello.
new content, what would you say is the best way to do that?
We could talk about that. The strategy to that is super complicated. The best thing you can do if you want to do different type of content is to see what everyone else did. Let me give you an example. Back when I was making my GM content, you guys know what my GM is? It's a game mode on NBA 2K. It's super niche. It's the one where you manage different teams and trade players and stuff, right? The only person that was able to pivot at that time out of that community and do park stuff, because the community for the park content, you know what park is? Yeah. That community was way bigger, was a streamer, a content creator named Lost and Unbound. I studied everything the nigga did. Every video to the T. I watched everything he did to learn how he went from my GM to park. And I did it. So I was able to do the same thing. So part of it is just studying. There's people that have done it before you. The likelihood that you're the first one to do it is very low. So you should be researching what other people around you are doing. So this was the watch time a few months ago on the channel when it wasn't performing all that well. Sorry, this is not the pocket watching class. We blocked the revenue. So the watch time is 3.3 million. When you see that number, the first question you should ask is, how do I get that number up? To get people to watch longer videos. That's one strategy. Can you think of another strategy? Scum? Correct. Do more, higher frequency. Part of strategy is also uploading more. This is a clip channel. The more I upload, the higher the watch time. The higher the watch time. So this is the number you really want to spend a lot of time focusing on. We made a lot of changes to the channel to optimize the content, and in a month's time, the watch time is looking like this. The average views per video is up significantly. The audience retention is up significantly. People are caring about the content a lot more. So I'm showing you to say 3.3 to 3.8 is not gonna blow nobody's socks off, but it was $20,000 more. Wait, how did you get what I mean?
Max.
So like, don't think about it like, oh, it's a marginal improvement. It's a very, very big improvement. It's a very big improvement. If you can make those month over month, imagine where you will be in a year.
Wait, how did you systematically?
Dude, that's actually facts though. Watch time definitely, because people used to think, oh, you know, the focus is on subscribers, the focus is on viewership, the focus like how many comments, you know. It's not always that. Watch time definitely is what you should aim to increase more. The rest will follow. Subscribers, the comments, views, that the rest will follow, but watch time is what makes people want to come and watch more, and then that will passively increase the rest of it. They'll come along the way with that.
We uploaded more. We started doing recaps in the videos that were way higher appeal. So this is a whole different ballpark of trying to retain people's attention once they click on the video. We just made the videos way more interesting to watch for people that watch the content and for people that don't know me and just watching for the first time. We also focus more on converting subscribers for people that watch. We did that with the outro, and we did that with lower thirds, and we did that with better overall audience retention in the video. So that's a whole nother talk, but there's a lot of strategy that goes into that as well. Right now, when it comes to creating content, TikTok is king. The only reason people don't think this is because you can't make that much money off TikTok, which is true. But you don't need to make that much money off TikTok. You need people to learn who you are on TikTok. All right? You're gonna funnel those people to the platforms you can make money, YouTube and Twitch. The larger you can get on TikTok, the easier it's gonna be for you to tell your audience to go to other platforms. One content creator I want y'all to study is Jinxie. Jinxie posts on TikTok all the time, and he finds sneaky ways to mention his stream or tell people to go to his stream in the middle of his shit all the time. Look for it. Like, don't see it as a viewer, see it as a content creator trying to learn. He is one of the best strategists. I don't even know if he does it strategically. He might just be doing it because he enjoys it, but he'll do like funny motivational stuff on TikTok. He'll go play golf or funny shit on TikTok. He'll do content and he'll mix in a reminder to go to where he wants them, his stream. I also mean TikTok is king because TikTok Live is now very, very powerful. If you say you will be blacklisted.
This is like what I expected Streaming University to be, you know? I just wish there was more of this. I mean, yeah, it was entertaining. There was a bunch of funny stuff that happened, but like, there was two different groups at Streaming University. There was a group that was there so they can create content, and then there was that one group that actually wanted to learn. Personally, I feel like there should be more learning in terms of like Streaming University. You know, the content will come, you know, but I feel like there should be an increase in like how these classes put out and the effort that some of these professors put in to teach whatever their subject is going to be. Now I will say the thing about TikTok for me, like I don't know, I've been trying to do TikTok like so many times, but I've yet to like get that viral, that hit. I just been getting just the average 300 or so views, which I mean it's not that bad, but I mean compared to like YouTube, honestly, I'm doing a lot more better than I am on YouTube than I am on TikTok, to be honest. And I've noticed the growth that I've been getting on YouTube. As for TikTok, that's the one goal that I'm trying to do, is to grow my TikTok, because obviously TikTok is the most visited app compared to YouTube, and like sometimes you don't have to do much on TikTok compared to like what you do on YouTube. I don't know, but for me, TikTok is never easy. I haven't gotten that hit yet, but at least that the fact that I'm still trying to post on all three platforms at the same time, TikTok, YouTube, even Instagram, I'm not that great. I mean, I finally got a clip that definitely hit the other week, which was the bro cannot read Pokemon IG reel. I posted that one, and it's like nearly at like 80K, I think, as we speak, and it's just still constantly like growing in terms of views. So TikTok is king, very easy. Analyze your own viewing habits, converting viewers. TikTok live is underrated. Pretty self-explanatory.
You should be streaming on TikTok the same time you stream on Twitch every single time. I'm being serious. To all my people that don't say nigga, put your hands up.
I feel on YouTube it's more consistent, while TikTok is one hit wonder. That is
yes.
True.
If
the thing about TikTok is that yes, TikTok can help you grow, but it's more saturated now than it ever was. Obviously we can't go back in time, but in this current age, like if you're trying to grow on TikTok, it's going to be a lot more harder because everything is super, super saturated. Everyone's on TikTok, but if you do manage to post consistently, and if one of the clips hit on TikTok, that can definitely be like game changing, compared to how it is on YouTube. YouTube is definitely an OG app that we've used for so many years, but with TikTok being the new competitor, yeah, TikTok kicks ass in terms of growth. It definitely does. It just doesn't work for everyone, and that includes myself. But I'm not giving up though. I'm still trying to post as much as I can on TikTok, so it can catch up to like how I'm doing on YouTube.
If you deal in copyrighted stuff, you react to sports, you react to music, you play games that have music, and you can't turn it off, streaming on YouTube becomes a lot more challenging. If your content's simpler, if you're a gamer in here, and most of your content is gaming, can I see some hands? All right, y'all opportunity is on YouTube. I should mention that. Co-streaming on YouTube is big because YouTube has discovery for the live, and it has good monetization. There's a good video I'm gonna recommend y'all. Moist Critical uploaded showing the revenue difference between YouTube and Twitch. You can stand to make a lot more on YouTube if your content can fit what that platform wants. For me, it doesn't, so I don't know that much about it.
I just want to say, from personal experience, I stream on YouTube, I stream on Twitch, I post on YouTube, but none of my Twitch streams become YouTube stuff, so I made a live channel like you're talking about.
Yep.
And it makes way more than my Twitch, like 5 times.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That might change the more your ads go up on Twitch. The more your ads go up on Twitch, it might be the case that your Twitch will make more than YouTube, but it depends on the streamer. Hold on, let's make it through a little bit more of the class before we answer questions. Ideas, okay? Yo, I mean this in the nicest way possible. If you're struggling with ideas, you're gonna have a very tough time being a content creator. You guys are all very creative. Just because, nigga, I spend 3 times a week brainstorming ideas for hours. I have my strategies. Personally, I like to go on drives and play the Brand Food playlist on Spotify. Sometimes I'll lay in my bed, do my Wim Hof breathing strategies, and just brainstorm. It really depends on what you're into. Like, I have my preferences. You should be brainstorming all the time. I mean, all the time. At night, after every stream, me and my team talk. We talk ideas, we talk what's tomorrow, we talk what's next week. You should be brainstorming so much you have thousands of ideas. I'm not exaggerating.
No, it's true. It's actually true. I'm not kidding. Like, I brainstorm a lot. I don't know if anyone can relate. Like, the way that I think, whether I'm online or offline, I'm always processing like so many ideas. It's nonstop. It's just there's so many things.
That's why you got a big head, huh?
Yes, because I have a bunch of ideas that flow in my head every single time. Notion, my notes app on my phone. Sometimes if I'm like my hands are busy while I work, I'll just record a quick voice memo like, "Ooh, here's a good idea," you know. But I always brainstorm. It's nonstop. Like I'm just a content machine. I just have so many when it comes to it. Now the hard part about it is that like I can brainstorm ideas, but the thing is that troubles me is I can't really execute them fully, you know. And I mean, if I have to be brutally honest, it's because of like my schedule, you know, with my work schedule, which freaking sucks, you know. But whether if I'm online, offline, I'm always brainstorming ideas, you know? Like I go on and on and on and on. Brainstorm. Just go nonstop. If you run out of ideas, it's okay to doom scroll. If you want to doom scroll on TikTok, on IG and YouTube, go ahead because you're educating yourselves. Just don't go ahead of yourself by doom scrolling half the entire day, you know? You could literally doom scroll for about an hour and you will definitely have some ideas already, you know, generating in your head.
I leave my ideas on a notes, and then on each of my notes, I'll have like, oh, Saturday, I'm opening Pokemons, I got reacts, and then I'm working on the backyard. We're doing some construction to the backyard. Sunday, we were supposed to bury a TV with Ray, and then we mounted Ray's TV. Monday, we got a slow-mo cam coming to the house. We got confessions. We got whatever. So this is what I do. So if you guys watch Kai's streams, you know he has a big whiteboard. He likes to put his ideas on a whiteboard. I'm saying that to say you could have whatever strategy you fucking want. It just depends on you, but make sure it works for you. You're going to have an idea and the next person's going to do it before you. That's tough. It happens. That's tough. It happens. So when you have ideas and you're passionate about it, jump on the idea, man. Don't wait so long before jumping on the idea. There's so many content creators that might jump to it before you, and you should be the first.
How do you get the creative drive to come up with an idea?
You should just always be doing it. You don't even need to feel creatively inspired. You should be like, oh, damn, at 10, I'm brainstorming. You know? For me personally, I like brainstorming with people. Sometimes I'll invite Caleb and Chris into the room and they don't talk. I just yap. And eventually my yap will trigger an idea from them, or I'll come up with an idea. That's actually the number one way I come up with ideas. That's how I came up with the Pokemon Go Marathon, which I'm doing in a few weeks. I'm really excited for. So, yeah, very excited for that. So I'm saying that to say you can come up with whatever.
Pokemon Go Marathon. Wait, that sounds like a pretty good idea.
You could have an app that helps you organize shit if you want to. For me, my phone is easy, it's accessible. This is what I do. I'm gonna show you guys some examples of streamers just so you guys can do the same when you go home. Queso is amazing, bro. Queso started on TikTok. He blew up on NBA 2K content. His personality was so vibrant, his character was so appealing that he was quickly able to transition that to streaming. He took that TikTok audience, as we were talking about, and he was able to transition it into streaming. And then he was able to take that streaming audience and transition that to the YouTube. He uploads every day, 600K, 800K, 600K. He's crushing it. If he's not making like $1 million a month, I don't know who the fuck is, bro. But you wouldn't think it though, because sometimes he's not in drama all the time. If you don't watch a lot of gaming content, if you're a gamer and you're not watching what Queso's doing, you're not trying. I mean that with the bottom of my heart. He is operating at such a high level and he does it so genuinely, bro. I watch his streams all the time, sometimes to learn, sometimes because he's hilarious. I also want to say something that's kind of important here.
Also, another thing too about Queso is that his videos are literally almost all of his videos are over an hour. You could fit so many ads in a 1 hour video. That's why he's making a lot of bank. Is because his long form videos are not only entertaining, but like he slaps a ton of ads on them, and like you make a bunch of bank on that. You know, you can make a bunch of money making videos that are 1 hour compared to 30 minutes. Now the thing about it though is that they got to be entertaining, you know, and with the way that he is, his personality, the way that he entertains, the way that he plays the games and kind of like role plays and stuff, that's what makes like people like watch him and actually like, you know, like what he does and grows into what he does. Like honestly, for me, like I'm not a big fan of this strategy because I mean it doesn't work for me. It may work for others,
Hey.
but it doesn't really work for me. You know, essentially like if like I just want to do something like besides gaming, but it might work for someone else. But not only is he playing a game, but he's actually being entertaining playing the game. And it doesn't matter what game it is. People are more tuned in to who's playing the game compared to what the game is. So like this kind of like goes to like the people that like, oh, I'm gonna play Valorant because everyone's playing Valorant. I'm gonna play Marvel Rivals because everyone's playing Marvel Rivals. Like, okay, yeah, go ahead, but like, is that the reason why you want to play it? Is because everyone plays it? Like, that's not going to help you grow. People are going to be more tuned in into how you play the game, you know, whether if you're a good or bad at it, you know. So if you like the game, then play it. If you don't like the game, you don't have to play it. Like, you don't have to play it just because everyone's playing it, you know. And sometimes it shows. I could see it. I watch Twitch all the time. You know, I'm a Twitcher. I watch a lot of Twitch, and whenever I see like small streamers play certain games and stuff, I can tell that they are not really they don't really like playing this game. They're just playing it because everyone's playing it, and then they're over here saying like, oh, how can I grow in a streamer? Like, bro, like you got to do something else than what everyone does. If you want to play, if you actually genuinely like playing, you know, Valorant, Marvel Rivals, League, CS, go ahead, you know. But if you want to be different than the average streamer, you know, you got to put a little effort into how you're playing it. You don't have to force yourself to be really good at it, but you also don't have to force yourself to be really bad at it. You just got to find something that makes people want to click and watch because they're there to watch you, not for the game.
It's something that a lot of people wouldn't consider a science, but it's his face card. Do you see the thumbnails?
Yes.
You could spot this nigga face from anywhere. You get what I'm saying? He puts his face on everything. It's so much easier for him. Maybe like his face is easily visible in every thumbnail. If you're on TikTok and you see his face, you know that's Queso. People seeing your face and that meaning something to them is very important.
True.
When they see Ash face and they know, oh, he does this type of content, what do you want to be known for? Your face should immediately translate to the general audience as something you want to be known for. You get what I'm saying? And sometimes you're not in control of that. All right, Canel, this is a little bit of a alternate pick. Canel.
That's another good point. Sorry if I keep on pausing it. Like, I see like some streamers, they want to become successful, but all I see on their stream is just the gameplay. Nothing. Just straight up just the gameplay. Maybe just one, you know, sub alert. You see the chat box, but like not their face. Now I can understand some people don't want to show their face and stuff. And if you don't want to show your face, that's totally fine. That's why you have VTubers or PNG tubers. But what I will say is that if you're gonna be if you want to be a streamer and you want to make a living out of this, it's gonna take more than just having your gameplay, you know. The thing about having your face being shown is what makes this different. Because if you literally open up the Twitch category of like any game that you pull up, you're gonna see a bunch of like the same thing. It's just gameplay, gameplay, gameplay. The only thing that can make it different is if you put your face. And even if it's not your actual face, if you don't have a webcam, if you're shy, then maybe hire someone to make a PNG of you or become a VTuber. That's what's gonna make you different than the no face cam gamers. So, but the thing about it, the thing that Agent made a good point is like when you have your face show, it shows how valuable and how respectful your audience can give to you because like you're willing to express and show who you are.
There's something really interesting most people didn't realize. This is second channel, Eugene Dingleberry. Okay, most people grow their Twitch on TikTok, on YouTube Shorts, on Instagram Reels, the short form. He's growing it through YouTube, which is very, very interesting. He's pulling hundreds of thousands views per video on stream clips on his second channel that he's trying to convert over to the Twitch. I think this mode is a little less efficient than TikTok. That's why I think TikTok's king, but it's another way to do it. If you're primary on YouTube, the opportunity is there too. Any platform with discovery means you could be discovered, but then you could also have the power to send them in different directions, different platforms, stuff like that.
Yeah, that's currently my strategy. So like what I've been doing is after every stream, I always take the VOD and I start posting them on YouTube. So I'm doing the exact same strat. So like whatever stream that it is, I'll take the VOD, put into a video and I'll post it. And sometimes it hits, sometimes it doesn't. You know, sometimes my long form doesn't hit as much, but that's why, you know, I post more like short form, because short form has a better reach than it does long form, you know. Now, Agent does have a good point. It is kind of low. It's not as efficient compared to how it is on TikTok, but that's why I'm doing both, you know. I'm not only posting like long form on YouTube, but I'm also posting short form on YouTube as well as TikTok and as well as Instagram. Not only on like a second channel, but even on my main channel too. Well, my main Instagram. So yeah, that's a strat that I've been kind of following for quite a while actually, and it actually seems to work out. So hopefully people like the long form videos that I put out. I know it's not a lot of views, but I do put a lot of time into making the long form. So
Canel did a really good job. I feel like he's a very underrated content creator, and he's the one. I really wish he made it here
good, Bree. How are
because
you?
I feel like he's one of the people that his content is way better than what people are currently giving him credit for. So shout out to Canel. Ludwig is a really, really interesting case. I was just in a tournament with Ludwig, and he drafted the worst possible team. We got fucking skunked 2 days ago. But he's a great guy, though.
Ludwig is a good example.
He does YouTube focused streams. He'll spark his stream, mid-stream, start a YouTube video. Hey guys, welcome to YouTube video. Today this is a generic intro. His is gonna be a lot more optimized, but you see the thumbnail. Every part of this thumbnail is by design. This nigga is a master of packaging. He's a master of titling, he's a master of thumbnail, and he does a great job at cross-pollinating his YouTube and his Twitch. He had a YouTube deal for a while where he streamed on YouTube exclusively, and now he co-streams. So he's an example of somebody, including Jinxie, that co-streams, right?
Do you see my content as brain rock?
Say it again?
Do you see my content as brain rock?
Is your content brain rot? A little bit, yeah. Yeah. I really recommend you guys watch Ludwig because I think he's very intelligent. And he's a very good entertainer, bro. He understands the art of entertaining. He does a great job of putting together high appeal events that bring a lot of attention to him. And he challenges himself to a lot of marathons and interesting content. He has a very unique community, and it's hard to find communities like that. If you guys haven't already, please take a look at Ludwig's channel. He's one to study. He's one person you're gonna want to study.
That's true. Yeah, he does a very great job on how he does his streams and how he makes them into videos. I mean, that's the advice that I learned like 4 years ago as well. If you ever do a live stream, try to treat it like a YouTube video. That's always been the goal. Because if you do a stream and there's no clips or even YouTube potential content you get out of it, you just wasted your time. That's something that I started to really, really, really take over and really apply a lot. I'll be honest, like 2023, I was just kind of like iffy. I was just kind of like streaming like what the heck, whatever, and then posting some clips on it. But that's like I would do like, I don't know if anyone remembers back in 2023, but like there was like a phase where I did like Valorant at one point. I streamed a lot playing the game, which was fun. Yeah, it was pretty fun. But did I grow from it? Not really. Especially because like I never posted any content on it. I mean, I posted some clips, but I just did not post enough. But even if I wasn't doing like gaming, I wouldn't have like a idea of like, oh, what should I stream and like what should I turn it into like a video, besides just playing a game, and like I sometimes hate getting into the mentality where it's like if I don't have anything
Hey, Pookie.
like content, anything entertaining, okay, I'm just gonna play a game for the rest of the night, which is fine. If you want to chill and play a game, that's totally fine. But like for someone like me that's like super passionate and really, really wants to, blow up and stuff like that, I gotta find things that's gonna be entertaining to not only who currently watches my content, but to any new people that could eventually pull in to start watching for me.
Viewers POV, this is important because as a content creator, sometimes you're so caught up in what you want and your passions that you sometimes lose sight of what people want. So just because you want to do something doesn't mean it's the right thing to do, right? If you guys play game shit, can we get some hands in the sky? You stream games at all? All right, what type of games do y'all stream? Scum?
Horror games, sports, wagers,
Yep.
stuff like that.
What type of games do you stream?
Usually it's shooters.
Shooters?
Like, Overwatch, Marvel Rivals.
Okay, so let's do an example here. If you switched it up and played League of Legends because you wanted to, that's your right as a streamer. But it's their right to not give a fuck. You get what I'm saying? So you could do it. Some people don't care. They'll do whatever they want. But in terms of good strategy, think about your audience. Like they're gonna be like, damn, they don't watch because it's you, some of them. But it's like, nigga, I know I don't want to watch League of Legends. Even if it's my favorite person doing it. So just understand, put yourself in your viewers, your average viewers POV.
Well, I do have a question because I actually have been moving away from that after doing the same thing for like 2 years now. So I'm glad that you said that. What do you think is like the best way to like transition your old community into something new? Just to like.
It depends on what the new thing is and how different it is from what you're currently doing.
Okay.
Like if you're a COD person, transitioning to GTA 6 when it comes out will be pretty easy. They're both really casual games that casual gamers play. But if you're a COD person transitioning to fucking NBA, actually 2K might not be too bad neither because a lot of 2K players play COD. FIFA, then you're gonna lose some people. So just understand where your audience is. Even for my agency, I love y'all niggas, but there's certain games y'all not gonna watch me play, bro. Friends, this is very important. My mom used to tell me this all the time and I took it for granted. And now it's honestly the most true thing I've ever heard. Yo, bro, if you're around a bunch of losers, you're gonna lose. I don't know how else to explain it. Dead ass. You're gonna leave here, you're gonna go back to whatever city you're from, and you're gonna be around people. If those people aren't on the same pursuit as you, they don't have to be streamers. I mean, like taking life serious. Like if they're not trying to try, bro, you will match that energy, I'm telling you. And operators, people that are winning don't wanna be around that. You are actively repelling away the energy that you're trying to attract. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Back when I wasn't making any money off streaming YouTube, nothing, 7 years I did this, $0, bro. Out of love, I just enjoyed it. I would still be doing it, obviously part-time, but out of love if I wasn't here with this opportunity. But I had friends. We used to get on Skype, RIP Skype in the chat.
RP Skype.
RIP Skype. We used to be on Skype. We used to talk to each other every day. Every day we would hop in a Skype call, I would mute and say, yo, I'm about to record a video. Boom, I record a video, I'll come back to the Skype call, play 2K with the guys, grind my players, shit like that. I was a 2K content creator. I was in my bag with people that was in their bag. You get what I'm saying? You could be around whoever you want to, bro, but you'll go in whatever direction they're going in. So make sure you want to go where they're going, bro. Okay, I want to do something special, all right? So some brands, I did a sponsorship in my pocket watching class with Weeble, and they loved it. But then other brands saw that, and they were like, bro, how can we get involved and help some small streamers? So can we put hands up if you've never done a brand deal before? I'm gonna have you guys stay after class because Droptics, Bays, and Moon Oral Beauty wanna be your first brand deal. Obviously not the easiest decision to make, you feel me? Because it's not much time to do it, and there's only 3 brand deals to go around. Shout out to these brands, man. Droptics, Bays, and Moon Oral Beauty. I'm not getting paid from this. They just seen people receiving help. There's been so much wholesome vibes, and I want to keep it going, bro. They're willing to offer $5,000 to 3 different streamers to do their first ever brand deal, okay? So I mulled it over with the chat, and the decision was Esty, Coach, and Kai. Can you please come to the front of the class? Congrats. 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 W Coach. So look. So look. We'll have a conversation about talking points, how to deliver them, and then we'll have some time so you can do that. Maybe today, hopefully today. On campus, I feel like that'd be fire. So, I mean, which one would y'all rather do between Droptics, Bays, and Moon Oral Beauty? Yeah, I like your. Which one you want?
We'll let you choose first.
You can take Bays.
I'm gonna go Moon.
Okay, you want to go Moon? Can you go Droptics? Of course. Absolutely, bro. I love your attitude, man. Thank you so much. Okay, so we'll talk. I'm gonna get you guys contacts if you can stay back so that we can spend some time to go over talking points and how you guys are gonna deliver and stuff like that. I really want to say a huge shout out to these brands. They just did it out of love. They know realistically the ROI and doing something on a smaller streamer is not gonna hit as hard, but they love the idea of opportunity and they love the idea of making people's dreams come true. So $5,000 is gonna be big, bro. I really appreciate that.
Nah, dude, W Agent, bro, honestly. Literally, majority of University was filled with a bunch of, like, clip farms and crazy nonsense. But, like, seeing what Agent did, he literally made everyone, like, sit in the class and actually, like, log the freak in, bro. This was definitely, definitely valuable to watch, chat. Definitely very valuable to watch. Hopefully you learned something from that. But,